Hello YouTube, B3 back, another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Thor figure from the King Thor Odin Build-A-Figure wave. It's a really cool figure. He's not too unique, honestly, but I didn't have a 6-inch Thor at all before I bought this guy. I got him on Free Comic Book Day 2015 at, Walmart. After I saw Avengers 2, I was like, I should get a Thor. So, here he is, Thor, in all his glory. But, yeah, it's part of the new Marvel Legends Infinite Series, that little kind of rebrand they did a little bit. And I'm really liking the Infinite Series. I've been getting a ton of them. Every Spider-Man one. I have several from this line. I have... I'm having a lot of these. I'm really digging the Infinite Series. Very, very cool. But, yeah, very glad I picked up this Thor. Let's just zoom out a little bit. And here he is in all his glory. And first off, I would just like to say he does come with the right leg of King Thor and Odin. They both, they're the same. I guess I'm going to build King Thor because I want Iron Fist also, just the other leg. And at that point, I'm only missing one piece, so I might as well just build the whole thing, am I right? So, yeah. I'll have to do that soon, but here's Thor in all his magnificent Asgardian glory, and as many of you Marvel Legends collectors can probably already tell, this sculpt has been seen several times, a couple of other times with Thor. It's mostly just repainted and has a few new parts, but not much. Because the Marvel Legends, Return of Marvel Legends Thor and the Comic-Con exclusive Thor, had these legs and this body, and etc., this hammer. But, yeah, first we'll show his other accessories. Obviously, Mjolnir here, if I'm pronouncing that right, you never know these days. Very nice, kind of shiny silver color, lots of cool cracks in it, and they're all kind of painted in, as you can see. Very, very nice. I really like the look of his hammer here, nice brown hilt, and a little sling there. That's pretty cool. And he also comes with this really awesome sword. The look of him kind of reminds me of the Age of Thunder, I believe is that story arc. I don't know. But, yeah, really cool looking sword. You can use it on your, Loki or whatever if you don't want it on your Thor. But I really like it with Thor as well. Because, there was that kind of Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Loki that didn't come with a weapon. So, this would be a great weapon for him. Big ol' Asgardian weapon. Like the sculpting in it. Big ol' blade. Really nice looking here. Nice brown hilt. Very, very cool. But now let's get into the look of Thor himself. They have a nice head sculpt here. I really like his helmet. It's very nice, shiny silver. He's got a good head sculpt, kind of like this flowy leather back here or whatever. Nice eyes. They seem to be looking the same direction. That's really good. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Love the cape. Look at all the paint detail on the cape. Lots of shading. Really, really nice. Kind of looks like it's flowing in the wind a bit there. It's just a very nice looking cape. Really dig that. His arms aren't armored up like we kind of normally see him. They're bare, but I like that. It's a little more unique because, I have a 3 3/4 inch Avengers Thor and his are all covered up. So, it's nice to have one that looks different. Very, very cool. I kind of like his gloves here. They look nice. They're painted pretty well all over the hand. Just really nice, muscular structure there. Really great sculpt right here in his leg armor. Just really nice. Got peg holes. There's the back of the figure. Very, very cool. And you have this kind of strap. And I think you're supposed to be able to slip his hammer through there. But to be honest, it really doesn't fit right. So it's whatever. It's really just for looks, I suppose. But it still works out fine. And now for articulation, the head doesn't move too much. Can't really go up and down. It only goes side to side a little. Arms, up and down, forward and back. You got a nice bicep swivel, elbow bend. And you have a rotation in there also, as you can see. Which, it's fine. And then you have up and down on the wrist. You got a swivel in there also. You got this ab movement. It goes up a nice little bit, kind of down some, side to side pretty well. So that's really nice. The legs, they can go in and out, as you can see. And you got some forward and back there also, which is really good. I think these legs came out pretty well. And then a double knee bend, very nice there. Up and down on the foot, and a rotation, but no ankle pivot, which is really the downer articulation-wise for him. Because otherwise, you know, he's not bad. He's a really, really cool figure, and he is posable, so that's good. But yeah, now let's get into some size comparisons. And here's Thor with some other figures from his current wave. Well, it's not the current wave, but, you know, his wave. Here on the left, we have the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Captain Marvel, and here on the right, the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hawkeye. And honestly, I think he scales well with them. Thor's a big guy, you know, he's Asgardian, basically a god. So, you know, I think just him towering over them and being way bulkier than them is just fine, just perfect. I think it works out great. So I think he looks really good with these guys. And, yeah, I'm loving the Infinite Series. This is a really great wave, too. I'm really digging it. Now here's just some other Infinite Series figures to show him with a larger sculpt. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Radioactive Man on the left, and he's even bigger than the Hyperion mold, and the Hyperion mold's a pretty big mold. I don't think I realized quite how big this Thor was until I got him myself, honestly. He's a very big figure, so definitely worth the price. You can usually find them around 20 bucks, which is pretty good. Maybe like 17 on Amazon even. He might be a little cheaper on there. But yeah, you know, I think he's big. He's a big character, and I really like just how big they made this figure. I never had the other ones, so this is really nice. And then to show him next to a smaller character, here he is with Spider-Girl over here. It's my favorite Spider-Girl right there. Well, not my favorite Spider-Girl character, my favorite Spider-Girl figure. And, you know, I think it looks good with her too. Yeah, you know, she's like a teenager, and he's, you know, Thor. So yeah, you know, I think he's going to scale up great with your other Hasbro Marvel Legends, especially the Infinite Series. Now here's Thor with some Toy Biz Marvel Legends figures. Here on the left we have the Toy Biz super posable Green Goblin figure from the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. And, you know, I guess they're fine. Once again, Thor, big guy, really cool. And then here on the right we have Carnage. This is technically the Hasbro re-release, but it's a Toy Biz sculpt. And once again, Thor's just towering. And normally I feel like the Toy Biz Marvel Legends don't really scale perfectly with the Hasbros because they're just a smidgen shorter and they're not as bulky, so they really do seem smaller. Well, they technically are. But, you know, with Thor being so big and all anyways, it's like, hey, you know, I can live with this scaling. I mean, maybe he does look a little too big, but once everyone's posed up and all, I think it's fine. I think it's fine, but you know, at the end of the day, it's your collection and your decision, people. So, I mean, if you don't like it with Toy Biz, don't display it with Toy Biz. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. Marvel Select figures! So yeah, Marvel Select is from Diamond Select Toys, and they are in a larger scale, so normally they don't scale well with Marvel Legends, but I mean, look at these. Look at them. Here on the left, we have the Amazing Spider-Man figure from the Amazing Spider-Man movie, and I think he looks fine with Thor. And then here on the right, we have the Anti-Venom figure, and I think he looks fine with Thor, and he's a pretty big figure. And normally, Marvel Legends don't scale up with these at all. But I think that Thor actually looks really good with your Marvel Selects here. I think he looks really good. So honestly, I think this guy's going to look great whether he's with your Legends or Selects. So you could really use him in any display as long as it's not with the 3 3/4 inch figures or something. But 6-7 inch scale, I think he fits in great. So what are my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Thor from the Odin the Allfather King Thor Build-A-Figure wave? Well, honestly, he's a really cool figure. I mean, if you have the older Thor figures from Return to Marvel Legends and Comic-Con and etc., you know, maybe this guy isn't for you unless you're just a big Thor fan because you might feel like you're buying the same figure over again. Personally, I don't feel that way because I didn't have the older figures, but they are mostly the same sculpt. So I would just keep that in mind when you're shopping. But if you're building the Build-A-Figure, he's a must-have because he does come with that leg piece. And, you know, honestly, if you just like collect Marvel Legends figures of all size, you know, like I do, because in display, you know, I don't really fret with my scaling for my Marvel figures too much. But this guy, I feel like scales great with my Marvel Legends and my Marvel Select. So he's a really great addition to your collection. And, I mean, he's got great accessories, scales well, as I said, great detail and paint, good articulation. Honestly, I'm going to give this guy 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, the only thing keeping him from 5, is that I wish he could move a little bit better. That's really it. I feel like his arms, they don't really go that high. I mean, that's about as high as you're going to get right there. That's it. That's as high as you're going to get. Because, I mean, you know how he is, and he can't kick up that far, and etc. No ankle pivot. And the torso's good, but it's not as good as some other figures. It's not bad at all. It's just not as good as others. So, you know, if his articulation was a bit better, he'd be just a 5 out of 5 all the way, but 4 out of 5. Still great. Love him. He's not my favorite figure in the wave. I'm still loving Captain Marvel. I'm loving my Captain Marvel figure. But this guy's probably my second favorite in the wave. And, you know, that's taking Sentry's place, because Sentry was my second favorite, and now this guy. But yeah, you know, that's it, you guys. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. You got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got other channels. All kinds of great stuff down there, you guys. You can even check out the last review. And that is it. I will see you all later.